again for your Sunday night entertainment, we bring you Armchair Theatre.
Good evening. You must be my 5 passengers. British World Airways special flight to London, right?
London?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, it is all right.
We are very glad to meet you. We were beginning to wonder.
Well, we're right on schedule.
When do we leave?
On time, don't worry. We just have to refuel, get you aboard, and then we're away. First, may I just check your names, please? Mr. Muller?
Yes, I'm Muller.
Mr. Newman?
Yeah?
Mr. Stan?
Yes, my name is Stan.
Mr. Burns?
Uh-huh.
Passports, tickets, all in order?
Yeah?
Yes, yes.
Fine. Well, we'll let you know when we're ready.
Passport.
It's already been checked.
Another check. Thank you.
What do they want? What are they looking for?
Police. Who knows what they're looking for? Do they know themselves? Your move, Stefan.
Yeah.
What is the object of your journey, Mr. Miller?
I'm going to an international conference. The conference on child education. I have a permit. The minister himself said it was...
All right. Child education, huh? I suppose you're an expert, Mr. Miller.
Well, yes, I've written 2 books.
Ah. Then when you come back, you must have a go at my kid. Education, he says. I don't know who runs the house half the time, him or me.
Who are they looking for? You know?
No. But it's hot. My shirt's sticking to my back.
Sirs, mind that it is not the heat, Mr. Miller.
Well, they can't keep us much longer. It's almost time for takeoff.
Oh, relax. You've a good 15 minutes yet. Why are you looking so worried? Anyway, you're not leaving the country for good, are you?
You have no right to say such things. I'm only going for 5 days. And naturally, I'm returning. My work is here.
And you, Mr. Brandt. Are you coming back?
But of course, aren't we all? Coming back, I mean.
First is to leave. Yes. Leave.
What time is it, Skip?
5:45. Be away in 10 minutes.
And I'll no be sorry. Even the iced drinks are warm. You know, there's nothing I like less than warm iced drinks. Johnny,
Hello.
come and have a warm, non-alcoholic beverage, eh?
No, thanks, Dusty. Skipper, I think I'd better get her over and see how Peg is.
Yeah, she looked a bit rough when we come in.
Well, she had a couple of those inoculations this morning. I don't think she's feeling at all well. I told her to rest until takeoff. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Here you are, Harry.
Oh, thanks, Johnny. Well, she's not going to be much use to you on the trip home.
Well, it doesn't matter. I've only got 5 passengers. I can cope all right.
The devil you want? This is a private office reserved for the crew.
Sorry, Captain.
We got pinched for parking in Piccadilly last week. Ever since then he's had it in for blue jacket.
Who's lost?
What's the matter? What's the flap
Sorry,
about?
Search me. Some poor coot trying to get out of the country, I reckon. And they love him too much to let him go.
Skipper, if I go over and see how Peg is, do you think one of your intrepid birdmen could see my passengers across? Because I can't have time to get back.
Dusty will do it.
Is he intrepid enough?
What's intrepid?
He's too innocent to know.
Yeah, I'm very good with passengers, anyhow. Never lost one yet. Mind you, I've tried often enough, but I just couldn't do it.
Have you? Well, just don't lose any of these, because they're all I've got. They're in the departure room, and I've checked them, and there's the list.
Right you are, Johnny.
Sure.
Sorry, Johnny. You know, she's got very nice legs. For an English girl.
What do you mean for an English girl? You don't scuff. Next thing you'll be telling us that the Aussies are better looking.
Ah, you ought to see them on the beach at Bondi, Dusty. Like brown goddesses. Tall, plenty of this and that.
Oh, the blasted police, the way they carry on. They're like landlords. Think they own a mortgage on the earth, and we live on it by their kind permission. It's the way they look that turns me up.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Skip. Let's talk about girls. They're more fascinating.
Can you feel it? The sort of atmosphere about this place, a kind of tightness, as if there wasn't enough air to go round.
There isn't either, Skip.
I've never known it's a flaming hot.
It's muggy. That's the word, just muggy. Oh, well, I suppose I better go and have a look at these passengers.
That's right, Dusty. Hold their hot, sticky little hands.
Put your head on straight.
Oh,
You're running a share bank to the seaside, Dusty.
Give us a nick, Skip.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know? 5 passengers, all of them men, not a Sheila amongst them.
What are you doing here? You have no right aboard this aircraft. Will you please leave at once? At once, I said. What are you doing here? Who are you?
Oh, please. Don't be angry, please.
If you don't leave this aircraft at once, I shall send for the captain.
Don't, please. I must speak with you.
Don't want to listen. Really, you people think you can just walk in here and do as you please while we shall see.
No, please.
Take your hand off me.
Listen. No, that's nothing. Listen, please. Help me. I must get to London. I will pay. When we get to London, I will pay. My father
They were
is
looking
there.
for you.
Yeah.
Come in here.
Please. I must get to London.
How did you do this?
Oh, on the fence climbing into the airfield was
Why are the police looking for you? Why do you want to go to London?
because my father is there. He got permission to go to England for World Scientific Congress.
He asked permission for me to go too. He thought if we both went, we could seek political asylum in your country.
What about your mother?
Oh, she's dead. We have no other family.
And they wouldn't let you go?
No.
They wanted to keep you here as security for your father's return, was that it?
Yeah. They didn't arrest me, but they put me under observation. And yesterday, I gave them the slip. I got into the airfield during the night. I have been waiting for your plane.
Well, that's clean. It's the best I can do anyway. You know, the police have been searching here for you, too.
Yeah. If they had found me.
I can't hide you here. There's nowhere. Besides, I can't involve the airline.
Oh, please. Once we're in the air, I will
It's
be
impossible. I would like to help. Please, they're coming. No, wait. It's the navigator. Quickly. Quickly. Sit down there. I'm going to say you're an extra steward. Understand? Don't speak. Don't open your mouth. Look at your taking this. There's a pencil. What do you want?
We have orders to search this aircraft, if you please.
Do you realize we should be taking off in a few moments? The steward and I have a lot of work to do before the passengers come on board. I've already told this man I shall report this to the authorities when we get to London. What are you looking for anyway? Well?
It's routine, safety precautions. No need to get so excited. We've been told to look, and we are looking.
Well, I'm going to get on with my work anyway. Right, Joe. Let's do the stores first. Will you give me a pencil? 12 bottles of whiskey. 8 bottles of cognac. 8 bottles of gin.
Goody. Look at this. Not bad, eh?
Too thin.
Oh, I like thin.
Right, Joe, let's check the other forms now. Will you hand it to me?
I checked this and nothing.
Did you search the lavatories and the galleys?
Everywhere.
All right.
Let me know.
It says 36 glasses down here, but I'm sure I only signed for 30. And we must make a note that 2 trays are cracked. 2 trays are cracked. And, I checked the blankets this morning, and I'm quite sure that we were 2 missing. We have to keep a check on these things all the time.
Are you British?
Rudy, look out. The commissioner is here.
Oh, thank you.
Not over yet. Any moment now, the crew will be coming aboard, and then the passengers. They mustn't see you. Must hide you till then. I know. Quickly. Quickly. Come in here. Now, don't open for anyone except me. Do you understand? Not for anyone. I'll lock like this. Yeah. Right? Lock it. Lock it.
Joan? Joan?
Crikey, let's get everyone's kid. It's hotter in here than what's out there.
All right, John?
Fine.
How's Peg?
Oh, she's all right. She's sleeping. Try to wake her gently for takeoff, will you?
So you'll be able to manage.
5 passengers, of course.
Passenger all marshaled and assembled, ma'am, waiting to come aboard.
Thanks, Dusty.
You okay, Johnny? You look a bit stretched.
No, I'm fine. Just a bit hot.
A bit? Are you kidding? Yeah, there's your manifest. 7, by the way, not 5. 2 new members of the family.
What are you writing, Dusty? What's this, Mr. and Mrs. Crowley?
That's right. You better put on your best bib and tucker, Johnny, and be terribly polite. He's a big shot. Very, very VIP. Don't spill any hot coffee down his neck. Huh?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Would you like to sit forward of the wing? I think you'll be more comfortable there.
Oh, danke schön. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Would you like to follow the other passengers? Good evening, sir. May I take your coat? Will you sit forward of the wing? We're keeping the rear seats free for landing and takeoff. Passengers only are allowed on the plane.
It's all right. He's only bringing my hand luggage.
I'll take them.
It's very dark in here, no?
We put the main lights on after takeoff, sir.
Ah.
Would you like to sit further forward?
No, I think our seats are at the back here.
Yes, sir, but there are many free places this flight. I think you'll be more comfortable further forward. Will you follow me, Mrs.? May I take your hat, madam? Oh, thank you. Can you manage? You need any help?
Yes, no, it's all right. Thank you very much.
Well, I wish you a pleasant trip, sir.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, sir. I must ask you to remain seated until after takeoff.
I feel a little sick.
Well, I have some pills that will help. Will you please go back to your seat?
May I sit here?
You'll be more comfortable where you were,
That
sir.
man! I do not wish to sit near him. Do you know who he is?
Well, I know he's a VIP.
He's the commissioner of police.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is Kralik going to London?
Yes?
Why?
I don't know.
Why did he join the plane the last moment?
Well, it often happens. Excuse me, sir.
Dear, thank you, thank you.
Listen. Commissioner of Police is on board.
Colonel Kralik.
Yes.
Then it's better I stay here
No,
till
you
we are
can't.
off the
Then you
water.
come back in here.
Well, what shall I do?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Sorry.
I'll have to move while they're still in their seats. Any moment, the captain will give the signal to unfasten safety belts. It'll have to be now. When I give a sign, slip into the main cabin. Second seat on the right.
Second on the right.
Lie on the floor, and I'll throw a blanket over you. It's not very good, but it's the best I can think of. Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Captain Brooke, I welcome you aboard this British World Airways special flight to London. Our estimated flight time is 4 hours, 10 minutes. My name is Joan Bridie. I am your hostess for this flight, and I shall be serving light refreshments shortly. Please don't hesitate to ask for anything you may need. You may now unfasten your seatbelts and smoke. No pipes or cigars, gentlemen, please. I wish you a pleasant trip. Thank you. Can I get you anything, sir?
No, thank you. No, just stretching my legs. In my job, I'm always sitting at a desk, you know.
You a businessman, sir?
No, I'm not a businessman. My name is Kranik.
I know. I saw your name on the passenger list.
You don't know my job?
No?
No.
I'm sorry. Should I?
No. There's no reason why you should. As a matter of fact, I'm a policeman.
Oh?
But don't I look like one?
Not particularly.
No?
But I don't really know what a policeman looks like, Mr. Crowley.
You're a very good young woman, eh?
Well...
No experience of police?
No, not really.
No, you stay that way. Well, many years ago, once upon a time, I used to be engineer. Perhaps still the look of one, the nose of engineer, huh? Now come along, let me have a guess at you.
Oh, well, it won't be very interesting,
No, but come along, let me try. It's a good little party trick. Now, let me see. You're middle class, your father, small bourgeois in some kind of business. You're 22, 23, good education. You've been secretary. Then you got bored and decided you wanted to travel. So you became air hostess. Now, for your nature, you're very impulsive. Yes, very impulsive. You have saying for it in your country. You do not look before you leap. Yeah, come along now. Tell me, how good detective am I?
Very good.
Yes?
Almost right. My father is chief cashier in a bank, and I'm 24. Otherwise, you're quite right.
There you are. You see, it's not bad. Yes, I've trained myself to be observant. In prison, it helps to pass the time.
In prison?
Yes. Don't look so shocked. In my country, you know, we've had some changes of regime. Perhaps you've heard of it, huh? A man of my age, if he's not been in prison a few times, shows he's no moral principles. Yes, as I say, I've trained myself to read faces. To know who's friend, who's enemy, who's telling truth, who's lying, who is brave and who is afraid.
It's fascinating. Excuse me, sir, I must see to the other passengers.
Yes,
now.
of course, yeah, I'm taking up all your time. I'm so sorry. But tell me, Miss...
Bridie.
Miss Bridie, haven't you anyone to help you?
Oh, yes. But the other stewardess, unfortunately...
The
other girl who helps. She had a couple of inoculations this morning, so I'm managing on my own.
Yes, I'm so sorry my police had to come on board your plane themselves.
Oh, it's quite all right.
Yes, I hope they were polite.
Oh, yes. Well, reasonably so, anyway.
They're rough men, you know. Did they tell you what they were looking for?
No.
Or who?
No, they didn't come.
Oh, I didn't tell you. You're not curious? She's strange in a woman.
What were they looking for, then?
See, now you're being inquisitive like a real woman, all right? Now I tell you. We were looking for a murderer.
What's that, Skip?
Storm's ahead. We swing south, we may miss him.
Blast. I got a date the other end with a very nice girl.
You better kiss her goodbye, Harry. We'll be touching down 30 or 40 minutes late.
Maybe she'll wait.
What, for you? You've got a hope.
You chaps, any other topic of conversation apart from women?
Well, I could give you a learned spiel on aerodynamics, but wouldn't be so interesting.
Dusty, nip out and ask Joan for a cup of a special coffee, will you? Yeah. If she can manage it, I dare say she's a bit pressed.
Oh, she'll do it for you, Skip. She'll do anything for you. It's true. She thinks you're the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
It was, isn't he, already bridge?
Best flaming bridge in the world, mate.
Yeah. Go on, Dusty.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's getting a bit murky out there.
Excuse me, it seems to be getting rather dark now. Could we have the main light on, please?
Yes, sir. I'll have the stewardess attend to it right away.
Thank you.
Oh! Dusty, you blasted... Look what you made me do.
Language? Sorry. Are you all right, Joe?
Yes, I'm all right, only I'm busy.
The old VIP hasn't been making a pass at you, has he?
Oh, Dusty, what do you want?
Well, first of all, glad tidings. We're making a detour to avoid storms. We'll be touching down about 45 minutes late.
Oh, no.
It's a bit of a blow, isn't it? What have you got a date as well? Harry's swearing. He's got one. Secondly, Skipper wants to know if he can have a cup of your special coffee.
Well, he'll have to wait. I've got all these refreshments to do.
Johnny. This certainly like you.
Well, I'll do it as soon as I can.
Usually you've just got to raise an eyebrow and there you are, you're on the job.
Oh, Drafty, stop fooling about. I've got work to do if you haven't. What are you doing?
Switching on the cabin lights.
I'll put it on when I'm ready.
What's up, Joan? It's dim in there. A passenger just asked for the lights.
Sorry. I just got a bit of a headache.
Look, will I wake and Peg and ask her to come and give you a hand?
Quite
Are you sure now?
Of course I'm sure.
You know, we'll have to get you married. Otherwise you'll develop into a crotchety old lady. I'll have a word to the skipper about it, eh?
Dusty, I'm warning you.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, hang on a minute. I'll do that. You take these 5 2 passengers, will you?
Are you trying to make a steward out of me now?
Well, go on. It won't do you any harm.
Oh, excuse me, sir. The stewardess will be arriving with your coffee in a moment. If you
Thank you. Tell me, please, are we still flying over my country?
Sir, it'll be another 45 minutes or so before we reach the frontier. Perhaps a little longer. We've got headwind, sir.
Thank you very much.
A sudden call to London, Colonel? Oh, you won't know me, of course, but I recognized you at once. Sten is my name, State Purchasing Commission. Your names were not on the first passenger list.
No, we had a last-minute rush to catch the plane, an urgent job for our embassy in London.
Ah, yes, of course.
Why are you going?
Agricultural machinery. To check delivery of some harvesting combines, as a matter of fact. Oh, it's very dull work compared with yours, Colonel.
Sure.
Still, as our proverb says, there is a place for the lion and the lamb. Tell me, Colonel, did your men manage to catch the man they were looking for?
They will.
They haven't yet.
Not unless they've caught him in the half hour since we left the ground.
A political?
You ask a great many questions, Mr. Sten.
Oh, forgive me, Colonel. I'm interested, that is all.
Madame?
Not for me, thank you. Can I have a glass of beer, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Quick, into the galley. Tell me the truth. Did you kill someone? Did you?
I didn't know he was dead. Not till Kralik spoke. I didn't know. Please, let me explain.
Explain how you murdered a man.
I didn't murder
No,
him.
don't say any more. You came onto this aircraft and you lied to me. All that talk about your father.
It's not lies. It's the truth. They were holding me as a hostage. A man followed me everywhere. He followed me to the university. He followed me back. Everywhere I went, there was this man.
Are you of such value to your country?
No, not me. My father. He is a brilliant scientist. They were holding me as security that he would come back. Please, it's the truth.
I don't know what to believe. Well, tell me what happened.
Yesterday, I gave this man the slip. But he caught me again by the river. He said I was out of bounds. He would put me under arrest. So I fought. Yes, but I didn't kill him. We fought. I pushed him. And he fell in the river. And I ran. That's the whole truth.
You know, when we get to London, I'll have to hand you over.
Yeah, I expect that.
Well, they may send you back. If it turns out you really did kill this man.
They won't do that.
They have the power.
They won't send me back. I killed myself. You're very young.
I'm as old as you.
You're still very young.
Well, I was brought up in a small country town in Kent.
Kent? They are calling that the Garden of England, yes?
Yes, they do. Politics for me just meant posters, rosettes, today in Parliament on the BBC.
Yes?
Doesn't matter, you wouldn't understand. How come I lived 24 years and be so ignorant? I feel as though I've learnt more in the last hour than I have in the whole of my life. And I wish I hadn't. I wish I hadn't.
Miss Bridie? Miss Bridie, I'm surprised. I've heard so much about your wonderful service on your line, and here I am still waiting for my bill.
I'm so sorry, Colonel Craig. I'll get it for you at once.
Colonel, but a minute ago you called me Mister.
Oh, did I?
Yes, yes.
I'm so sorry. The company's very particular about the proper use of passengers' titles. And
No, the title doesn't matter at all. Just tell me how you found out I was Colonel.
The list, the manifest?
No, I don't think so. Our ticket's in the name of Mr. and Mrs. Craddock.
Well, then I must have read it or seen it somewhere.
But when we spoke before, you didn't even know my job.
I spoke to the captain. He'd heard of you. He told me.
Yes, of course. Well, what about my beer, please?
Oh, yes. Colonel, this man you were looking for, you said he was a murderer.
Ah, what's this now? A morbid interest in violence, huh?
No, I'm just curious.
Oh, then I'll satisfy, thank you. I'll satisfy your curiosity. This morning, the body of a policeman was found floating in the river. There's a young man we wish to question.
Wasn't it rather premature to call him a murderer?
I don't think so. We know he was prepared to kill if necessary. The thought was there.
But surely a man's innocent until he's proved guilty. Or am I being very old-fashioned?
You're being very British, Miss Bridie, and very innocent. In my country, in our country, I was just saying, Mr. Stan, in our country, a thought can be as much of a crime as a deed, no?
Oh, of course.
But you have a very large population. How can you possibly tell what everyone's thinking? I mean, there might be thousands of people who might perhaps want to kill you. Well, you couldn't find out.
Well, no, it would be difficult, I admit. But we're learning, eh?
I believe so, Colonel, yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Can I get you something, Mr. Smith?
Please, may I have another cup of coffee?
Yes, certainly.
This very interesting discussion, Colonel, was it with particular reference to the young man you're...
No, he was the starting point, also.
Tell me, what would you do if he'd managed to get aboard this plane? Oh, ridiculous hypothesis, I grant you, but let us assume for a moment that he had managed to do so. What would you do? I mean, it is surely a very interesting international and diplomatic situation.
No, I don't think so. We're still in our own country, technically speaking. We're still flying in our own airspace. I should order the pilot to turn back or put down at an air station near the frontier.
What if he refused?
Oh, well, I don't think he would, Miss Bridie. I'm sure your pilot is a very reasonable man. I'm sure he could be persuaded. Yes, sorry. But as you say, it's a ridiculous hypothesis because my men searched the plane very thoroughly.
Of course. In any case, where could he hide?
Yes. Yes, it's getting a little rough.
It is a little, Colonel, yes,
I think we're running into a storm, gentlemen. Will you please go back to your seats and fasten your safety belts?
Yes, may I have my coffee?
Yes, sir, I'll bring it to you at once. If you just go back to your seat now.
Stan, I think we must obey this young lady when she gives her orders. She seems very determined.
You all right?
Yes.
Try to hang on.
I'm sorry.
Please, you've got to understand. I can't stay. You've got to lock this door, understand? Lock it. When I go out, lock it. Lock it. Lock it.
out now, Harry. Should be okay now. We dodged the west. Take over, will you?
Right, Escape.
John's taking a hell of a long time with that coffee, Dusty.
She's on her own, you know, Skip.
Stole 7 passengers. They shouldn't break her back.
She's in a bit of a tizzy tonight, anyway. I just managed to get my head out of the way a few minutes ago. She nearly chewed it off.
Oh, John?
Yeah.
Now the kind of gets flustered.
Oh, well, there you are.
I remember one flight to Singapore when 20 passengers hadn't got the yellow fever certificates. The authorities whipped them into quarantine for 9 days. Cursing like murder. And John didn't bat an eyelid. Volunteered to go in with them, and she did. If we came down the drink, she'd make hot coffee, dish it out with the life jackets.
Women, as Shakespeare said, Skip, are strange creatures, man.
Why do you say that?
Oh, mind your
All right, Peg. How'd you feel now?
Oh, my head. As if I had the father and mother of all hangovers.
The fever's gone anyway.
Oh, I feel better. I can only see one of everything now. I'm so dry, I must have been swapped for a dog biscuit.
Would be a surprise for your boyfriend.
He wouldn't like it. He prefers his women moist and none too bony.
Ah, the coffee.
Oh, sorry.
You made it.
Got held up with a supper.
They look flayed. No trouble back there.
No?
Hi.
Why should there be? Oh, the world looks worse this way up. Feeling better, Peg? Yes, much better, thanks. Good. I feel an awful rat lying here and needing you to cope.
Hey, you think you could stagger to your feet now, Peg? Give John a hand.
No, it's all right. I can manage. Oh, don't be silly. Once I've got this coffee down me, I shall be a new woman. If you lie there, I said I can manage. Heavens, 7 passengers. I've managed 5 times that number before now. But honestly, John... Lie there, I said. Well, I'm senior hostess, and that's an order. Well, what can I do, Skip?
I shouldn't argue. Just relax. Let her do it all if she wants.
Very well.
She's got 6 men out there, you know, Peg. All to herself.
The way I feel, she can keep them. You need a certain amount of vitality to deal with men. I've got tired blood. Oh. Well, you just stay there. Everything's okay. How long till we cross the border, Skip?
Oh, about 15, 20 minutes. Headwind has pulled us back no end. Why?
Oh, no reason. Just in case I'm asked out there.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Roger. I reckon there's a couple of chaps out there. Be glad when we finally make London.
You mean they're getting out?
Well, I look scared enough. Should have seen their faces at the airport. Dead frightened something was going to happen to stop them leaving.
Well, they're all right now we're in the air.
Yes. Hey, Dusty.
Yeah?
You remember that American plane that was forced down by pilots about 6 months back?
Yeah.
You know where that was? Just by the frontier. They were after some poor devil trying to get out, weren't they?
Yeah. Makes me glad I live in Britain. I support Glasgow Rangers. The only time I get worked up is when we're behind the other team.
Maybe it's because we're all so ruddy indifferent that this sort of thing happens. Good old England, 3 cheers to the county champions. 2 big cars for every expense account. The old school tie sitting with both cheeks on 8 top jobs out of 10, huh?
Well, at least we don't get shot for cheering the other team, Skipper.
No? You want to come to Yorkshire? Yeah, we haven't got it all yet, not by a long shot. Even this blasted coffee doesn't taste right today.
No, thank you.
London?
Like a drink, sir.
No.
Like a drink, madame?
It will do you good, my dear.
No, thank you. Not yet.
I'll have a whiskey, please.
Is it soda, sir?
No, natural. As it is. What's the word?
Neat.
Neat, yes.
Like a drink, sir?
No, thank you. Stewardess, have we crossed the frontier yet?
Not yet, no, in about 15 minutes. I'm afraid we were delayed by the storm.
Thank you. Always the unexpected, eh, Colonel, to upset our calculations. Don't you think it is strange there is no one to help Miss Bridie?
Oh, I think there is, but they're sick or something.
Is there no one else?
Really, I don't know.
Like a drink, sir?
Yes?
Would you like a drink, Mr. Muller?
Oh, no, thank you. I do not drink.
You're lucky.
Well, not at all. I regret it sometimes. It seems to be a source of relaxation. It seems to give people the ability to forget their problems for a while.
It doesn't last forever.
One wouldn't want it to last forever, just an hour or so, you know. Did the storm delay us?
Yes, I'm afraid it did. We'll be about half an hour behind schedule.
We have crossed the frontier.
Not yet. In about 5 or 10 minutes.
Thank you.
You startled me, that's all. I was just getting your drink.
Whiskey.
Oh, yes, sir. With soda, sir?
Neat.
Neat.
You've cut yourself, Miss Bridie.
No?
You've blood on your arm.
Well, I can't think how I got that.
Strange. Thank you. Tell me, Miss Bridie, have you been flying long?
Quite a long time.
This storm we've been through, would you call it a bad one?
No?
You've been through worse.
Oh, yes.
You must have seen some very dangerous situations.
Well, sometimes.
Ever been in a crash?
Once?
A bad one?
Well, it was bad enough.
Oh, you'd call yourself a very experienced flyer.
Yes, I...
Then why are you afraid?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let us talk to each other as intelligent human beings. We've very, very little time. You've flown hundreds of hours. You've been through storms. You survived a crash. And yet at this moment you're afraid.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Don't play games with me. Blood on your arm, where there is no scratch. The way you're trembling. The care you take to draw the curtains every time you come in and out of this area.
I have to. It's company regulations.
There is something which tells me more than all this. Over the years, I've found that fear has its own particular aroma. And here, it's all around you, Miss Bridie. The smell of fear. Now look at me. You're going to answer my questions.
Give me old Melbourne and give me town, and then I am simply all right. Can any bloke point to a better old joint than Burke Street on Saturday night? When me and me Sheila... You ever been down Burke Street, Dusty?
I have. And I prefer Socky Hall Street any time.
Oh, you jocks, all the same.
Excuse me, sir. Passengers are not allowed on the flight deck.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My apologies.
Can they no read?
That's the only thing wrong with passenger flying.
What's that?
The flamin' passengers.
Huh?
And I sometimes think I fancy that I'd like to change with Clancy and go droving down the Cooper where the seasons come and go.
Harry, I can't help myself think. Dusty, if I'll see how journeys were.
You'll no thank me for it, Skip.
Yeah, well, go in. Yeah, I'm worried.
Okay,
Something's wrong with it.
I'll just finish off this log. I'll only be a couple of minutes, Skip.
Okay.
Colonel Kralik.
Yes?
When your men searched this plane before takeoff, they found that one hostess was sick. Is that right?
That's right.
And the other hostess was sitting checking stores with his steward.
How do you know this, Mr. Stern?
Because I asked your men, Colonel.
You asked my
Yes.
men on what authority? Ah. Yes, I thought so. Police within police. Please go on, Mr. Stan.
2 hostesses, the captain, first officer, navigator, and 1 steward. Colonel Kralik, where is that steward now?
The steward?
Precisely the steward. The young man you were looking for. He did manage to get aboard this plane. He's aboard this plane now. That hostess, she's hiding him.
Just a minute, Mr. Stan. Miss Bridie, please come here. Mr. Stan has just made a more serious accusation. He suggests...
I do not suggest, I know.
He knows that you have a stowaway on board, the young man we were searching for at the airfield. Well, Miss Bridie?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll go and get the captain. This is an absolutely ridiculous suggestion. If you let me pass, I'll get the captain and you can repeat your statement to him.
One moment, please, Miss Bridie. There's a very simple way to prove my point. I've just looked in the forward part of the plane. I know he is not there. Therefore, he must be in the rear. Well?
It sounds logical, doesn't it, Miss Bridie?
Colonel, we have no time for your cat-and-mouse technique now. All along I tried to make you act without disclosing my identity. Brandt!
Sir.
Search the rear immediately.
You have no right to act in this way. Let me pass. I'm going to see...
Why are you so anxious?
This is a British plane and you are passengers. Colonel, I'm appealing to you.
I think the Colonel will recognize my authority in this matter.
Oh, certainly, Mr. Stan. Consider me under your orders.
Very well. Please do not move, Miss Bridie. And I would advise you all to remain where you are.
What if the room is locked? If he's anywhere, he's in there.
Break down the door and hurry.
I'm going to see the captain.
Be quiet. I shall not hesitate to use this if necessary.
I hope my men have not made a mistake.
You hope, Colonel. If your men had done their job correctly... You see? Right. Watch them, Brandt. Colonel, we have minutes only.
Yes.
We must demand that this plane be turned back. If necessary, we must use fog. Good. Then we will make radio contact. Put up your hands, please. This is an order.
What's going on here?
Get over to the seat. Go on, move, move.
You think a bunch of...
That would be a mistake, Mr. Stern. He's the navigator. We should be needing him.
Yes, of course. Very well, Colonel. You go forward and speak to the captain. I'll watch these people with Brunt.
Very good.
Perhaps an escort of fighters will persuade them not to miss.
No!
Brunt! Get them out! Out! We will remember this, Colonel, and you will suffer for it.
You're not very good at detection, are you, Mr. Stern? I've known the boy was on his plane a long time.
But if you knew so soon, why did
Because I wanted to be sure no one else found him. It was vital to me that this plane was not turned back. Now, we'll fly on to London, Mr. Stern. I no doubt the British will have some questions to put to you. After that, you'll probably go home. I shall not be coming with you. Whatever they decide about me, I shall not go back.
How much are you being paid for this? A reasonable assumption, Colonel. After all, many of your friends admitted they were spies.
Admitted? Under your tortures, Stern, you and your secret police, you took men the Gestapo could not break, and you broke them. You even used the same cellars as the Gestapo.
At least they remained, Colonel. They remained and confessed their errors. Not like you. You turned traitor. The old comrade runs away.
Don't dare to use that word, comrade. Don't use it. I'm not running away from the party, Stern. The party ran away from me long ago. I have been fighting all my life. In the underground, in Spain, in the resistance. Here, on my arm. I have tattooed the number from the concentration camp. I have fought while men like you stayed in the background, waiting to take over, waiting to make a mockery of all our dreams. You're filth, Stern, you're filth. I'm sorry, Miss Bradley. I apologize. I apologize in the name of my country for this man. I apologize for myself also. I've not been frank with you, but I could not help it. My life was at stake. Something more important than my life. This town is a little one, but there are other, bigger ones. You understand? And they had plans for me. I did not wish my wife to become a widow, and I had to leave before my own hands became so thick with blood that I could not see the living flesh underneath. Come here. Don't smile, Stan. Don't smile too soon. I haven't finished yet. I've been fighting all my life. I'm too old to stop now. I'll find a way, with all the others, to pay my debts in full.
Armchair Theater will be back next Sunday at 9:05.